everyone. So on today's video, we're going to look at another more introductory video. So I've done one on Employee Center previously, and today we're going to look at workspaces, and in particular, for the ServiceNow nerds out there, configurable workspaces. So quick whistle-stop tour of ServiceNow and potted history. So historically, the way of working on records in what we call the back end of ServiceNow was using the native UI. So if I was to go into here and click into, let me just search for incidents, for example, and we click on here. This is what we're talking about whenever you hear the native UI or the back end. It's this view, and it doesn't. It does what it needs to, but this is kind of more of a legacy, and the user interface isn't as nice. So then they moved into workspaces, and then we've got the next generation of workspaces, which are the configurable workspaces. So we're going to look at the finance operations workspace. So just to show you around quickly, and then in subsequent videos, we will break down each individual bit of functionality in a little bit more detail. We're just going to go through at a really high level on this. So when you click on any of these workspaces, which are controlled by groups and roles and access controls, you will be taken typically to a home page, and these are standard dashboards that are built for kind of the 80-90% of use cases for people accessing these workspaces. And what these are effectively reports on a dashboard. So you can put in information and various different videos and content, whatever you want on here. Yeah, but typically it's going to be like a standard dashboard. And all of these are utilizing platform analytics. So we'll do a separate segment of videos on platform analytics, reports and dashboards. But yeah, like any of those, these reports are interactive, and they're there to try and guide you to the most relevant information as quickly as possible. So one of the really cool things that I like to show whenever I'm showing any of these reports is that they're interactive. So we can see here on the legend that we've got this empty section. So I want to take that out from the reports. Click on that, and it's brought that number from 22 to 19 and taken this out. So you can really start to get clever with your data and how you use it to drive the way that you work and navigate into what is the most important. Same here, something by priority. And if I click on any of these things, so I just want to look at that critical case that's assigned to me, I've instantly been taken to that one critical case. And likewise, we've got another report down here. So this can be amended. This is just an out-the-box dashboard on the home page for the finance operations workspace. Then on the left-hand side, we also have this list as well. So this list widget. So it's taking me to my list, and we'll do a section on how to set up your own lists. But all of this on the left-hand side here, these are all pre-set up lists. So again, quite helpfully, you've got things like my work, so things that are assigned to me, things that are assigned to or unassigned to a person, but they are assigned to a group. And then we also have a range of other things like primary data for cost centers, legal entities, whatever you want. We can add all of this stuff within here and also bring in knowledge articles. So I'll just go on all cases. And the way that you need to think about lists in ServiceNow is that they are effectively a fancy spreadsheet. So you've got columns, you've got cells with values in, you've got rows. So how you would typically interact with a spreadsheet. The main difference is that within this fancy spreadsheet, each individual record and value has its own life cycle. So if I click into here on the finance case, this isn't just a flat file and a row, but this has got everything that's dynamic. So we raised this previously on a on one of our other demos, and you can see here you've got the information related to that case that was submitted. a couple of other things to call out. You've got the activity log. So we saw this from an employee standpoint. And if I wanted to go back, I could then put in some comments back to the employee, and you've got this activity log that you show. And I'll show that on the details of that in a separate detailed demo. And then on the right-hand side, we've got this contextual sidebar. And depending on the application that you're using, this is, there's a range of different features here. So I'll show you this in a separate video as well, like a contextual sidebar video. But we've got this thing called Agent Assist. We've got the attachments. So what is attached to this record? We have templates, so pre-canned text. So again, just these nice little features that you can use to be more efficient. In the top right-hand corner, we've got a range of buttons or actions that we can utilize. It may be that you want to assign it to yourself, save this record, or even compose an email. Typically, you won't see delete, as you don't want to be deleting records in ServiceNow, but because I'm on the admin, I can do. So yeah, you will have a range of things to manage this case within its life cycle. And then to call out what these different tabs are, these are all what they're called related lists. So you can build relationships between different records within ServiceNow. So on here, you might be creating a child task, so a task within a finance case, or a HR case, or whatever it might be. But you want to create an actionable task with some accountability against it, someone assigned to it. You can do that within here. The emails that have been sent against it, SLAs that are running against this record, etc., etc., etc. Seeing the cases by the same requester, and this is controlled by access controls as well. So trying to get all of that information in one place. Another thing that's quickly worth calling out is that if you ever see this little information icon next to a field, then you can click on it and it will take you to a separate record in itself. So this is a user record. If I wanted to open this up, this will open up a little tab. So as I described before, in the native UI, that was kind of a page in its own right. But what the workspace tries to do is move that navigation and that tabbing around from, rather than it being within the browser, you can quickly do it from within the workspace instead. So again, just helps you work a little bit more efficiently, and starts to give you that single pane of glass to work from. So that's a record. We'll go into some other features accordingly in a more detailed session. And then we won't be focusing on this inbox here, but you can organize your work and have things like agent chats running through here as well. But the majority of what we'll focus on will be the home pages, reports, dashboards, and the list views and the records that you see here. And probably in the next video, I'll cover off lists and actions against lists and look at some of these funky little tools that we've got in the right-hand corner. So yeah, hopefully that's useful. And in the next video, we'll expand on some of these features in more detail. Thank you.